Hello, everyone. I am elated to be joined by the LaRooping legendary Lee Canady. How you doing, sir?
Hi, Ryan. How you doing, man?
Doing swell. When is it right for you to lie? Only when you're in bed, unless your name's Shifra, Pua, or Rahab. Why is a young lady like a hinge? Because she is something to adore.
Oh, okay.
Though I dance at a ball, yet I am nothing at all. What am I? A shadow. And then finally, in what place did the rooster crow when all the world heard him? In what place did the rooster crow in which all the world heard that one rooster crow? That would be a Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark.
Yeah, because, two of every kind. And
Oh.
yeah. All right. So that you just heard, folks, was a speed round of jokes. And that is going to lead us now into a speed round of questions. One which Lee and I actually did part way yesterday, 2 days ago. But I have two cameras here, and one of them didn't record, and Lee was gracious enough to sit down and try again. I hit record, and it recorded 10 seconds and stopped. And it did that again today, but I caught it, so no more, hopefully. Are you a tidy person or a messy person?
I'm a messy person.
Since you were a kid?
Always been.
To the point that people would comment on it? Like it was noticeable to other people?
No, I don't like it because it's my thing, but I always have someone to do it for me.
That's
but
nice.
You said, was I a tidy person? I'm
Yeah.
tidy. I used to be, but Keywell, she wasn't that way, and I didn't like the way she would do things, drop cigarette ashes and things like that.
Rubbed off on you.
It rubbed, and she would open a drawer and never close it.
Yeah.
And now I do the same thing as I got older.
Yeah.
And I wish so many times I could tell her this,
Iron sharpens iron, and so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend.
Yeah, but I never close the door. I leave it open and bump my head, open the cabinet, and turn around and bump it, and never close it. And, she would do the same thing because in the office, she had a desk, and I had a desk side by side, and there was metal, gray metal.
Yeah.
And she would leave hers open all the time, and I used to...
Like a married couple with your little tips.
Right. Yeah, we were like a married couple,
When did you feel like you made it?
Well, I felt that I've always had confidence in myself. It's about dollars and cents and the multiplication. If you multiply $1 times 5, how many dollars you get? So if you got one, you sell it, make a profit, buy another. That's what I'm trying to bring out retail.
Yeah.
I know I can sell anything.
Yeah.
I know people want things. You can sell junk.
Yeah.
If somebody wants your junk.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
As that one circus proprietor said, there's a sucker born every day.
Whatever you want to call it, but my point is,
Yeah.
I never thought that I would really could work or want to work for anybody. But the part-time jobs I had after I closed, I worked at the jury. I sold jewelry at the Right Case Jury for a while. Jewelry. I ran the jewelry department at Crowley's. But I don't like doing it. I like owning it.
Yeah. So back to the question, when did you feel like you made it?
Compared to what? Made it to what? What do you mean?
I'm asking you the man.
When you said made it, I don't know what you mean. I know what you mean too, but when I made it, when I retired, really, really,
It wasn't that until you could relax.
I knew I had my ducks in a row before I retired because I already put it in the row. when I was working.
I think that guy likes his music.
Well, I think he's stupid, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because nobody want to hear your shit. That's why I turn mine down when I go into place. I'm just respecting.
Hey, was that a thing back in the day? People blasting their music. When did that kind of become a thing? People advertising their. I know at a record store.
Well,
it's kinda,
I did some silly thing. Well, not me. Well, yes, I did one time. Once we was in the car, we was going to Belle Isle, and music stopped. We stopped at a red light.
Yeah.
And the people in the car got out and we was dancing while the red light.
Do you remember what the song was?
Do that, huh?
Do you remember what the song was?
No.
Do you remember when it was? Was it in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s?
I can't. When did I say I came here? In the 50, well, that's when it was, because I had just gotten here, and I'm with people, I'm meeting people. I ain't got my own,
car?
No, well, I had my car, I drove a car here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't have your own, you're staying at someone else's house. Yeah.
Well, I ain't got my people, I'm with people who I know. Who
just met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember once we was going to Belle Isle, I think it was in my car. I know my sister, my brother-in-law was in there, and maybe a couple of other people, I don't know, maybe six. I did stupid things. When the red light stopped, we all jumped out of the car, and I was on driving. I'm dancing. Then I jumped, but I didn't do that no more. I did what they done. People, with it.
One and done, yeah.
Yeah, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody did some stupid thing. But
Try
an old person like that don't have no business done. That's stupid. Like the motorcycle ride.
You call them another word for motorcyclist?
You're not the I might not want to hear your you
organ
understand?
Donor. Yeah. Playing it too loud.
When I play my music, I don't want to be obnoxious about it, okay? Yeah. When I go into a place of business, I always turn it down. I don't go in there blasting.
But at the same time,
but I'm not going to turn it off.
Place of business, at your place of business, the record store, it was your business to blast it on the loudspeakers.
Well, it's a time and a place for everything.
Exactly. Ecclesiastes chapter 4.
But out here in public, it's not the time. When you're on your own trip, that's the time.
If it's part of the business, yeah. It's sort of like
It's your decision to make what my business is, though.
You had your pistol on you, and you'd get questioned by officers, and you'd be like, I'm on business, so I have a right to have it on me. Just like the music, you're on business, so you have a right to be playing it over the loudspeakers for all to hear. You're trying to advertise the music you're selling.
Wait a minute. The Constitution of the United States doesn't go with it like that. Can't.
Oh, you're right.
Second
Amendment.
So that's what I go
shall
by.
Not be infringed.
I have a right to express my.
First Amendment, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I express myself that way, but I don't have a right to annoy other people. When you're out here in public, that's on other people around you. Okay. Yeah. At home, if I want to barbecue, I can barbecue. I don't barbecue though.
Yeah.
But it's my backyard, but you can't come out here. Don't expect me to come out here and put a barbecue pit out here. And some people will do that.
Yeah, on purpose. But
I'd like to sleep on the streets. You're not supposed to sleep on the street.
The opposite of on purpose. You got to
have morals.
Amen. We're losing them. The opposite of on purpose is on accident. What is the happiest accident you ever had in business? Something that kind of worked out. You didn't mean for it to. It just kind of fell in your lap. Nothing ever. Everything was always on purpose, by design. Nothing sort of ever.
I've gotten gifts. That's what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I understand.
Well, we can move on. What do you collect?
What do I collect now?
Sure.
I don't collect anything now. When I was collecting, I did collect music, records, because I was buying records before I went to Monroe Music.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was collecting. And at that time, I was trying to collect a little art. It's a different stage and a different place right now. I'm at a different age, at a different stage now, so I'm not collecting anything. But I have collected things. There was a time when I saved silver dollars.
Man.
In a jar, but I don't do that now. I want to save money. I put it in a way and make nuts. I don't save it that way. I've invested.
Amen.
And that's what I did. I've always invested in something. And everything I have, when I had my cars, when I I didn't just trade them in. I sold my cars mostly outright to myself, because when you trade in, there's a lot of bullshit in the paperwork.
You always got the same car, Corvette, with a couple exceptions. And I think, just like Johnny Carson, man of the people, you could have afforded any car, but you chose a Corvette, just like Carson, man of the people. I think just like Carson, you have excellent taste. How would you define bad taste?
Well, that's depending on the person. You know, I consider bad taste might not be bad taste for you.
Well, what do you consider it then?
Well, I like modern. I like modern. I'm a modern person. You know, conservative. That's the word, conservative. Okay. I would like to dress. Sometimes I can get funky, but you know, like. But I'm a conservative person. Okay?
A modern conservative, like up to date
And
conservative.
then I want to do what I want to do if I want to do that. I want to have the privilege to do it if I want to do it. Okay. And as long as I don't break the law, I don't do for other people. I do for myself.
Back to the bad taste question. You were yourself a taste maker, golden ear of music, and so that means you knew what worked in music. So sometimes you might have to break bad news. What didn't work?
Well, you know, here's the lesson that I learned too. You learn as you go. Like the clothes that on Monroe, there, clothing store, black people when I came here, they all clothes all too big. They didn't know how to buy suits and things.
Size them right, yeah.
Right, because down south you didn't wear suits, and when they came here, they didn't know anything about it. But anyway, you go into a store, and you say, "I'm looking for a suit. What size? I need a 40." He look back, he don't have a 40 to look you. Maybe he had a 40, he don't like that one. He get a suit and put on you, and pull it up behind, in the back. How you like it now? Look in the mirror. And he buy it, and that's why they would be, you know, they couldn't do me that way. You understand?
You knew better.
I didn't let nobody, so just like anything else, I don't let people sell me nothing. I buy what I want.
What is your favorite thing about the contemporary music world?
Good music. Good music.
So let me just broaden the question. Your favorite thing about any era now, yesterday, tomorrow of music is it good or is it not good?
It all depends on the mood that you're in, okay? Like John Coltrane, I put an example. Back in the day, he played with so much feeling. I told you once before, I sit up and tears would run down my eyes to listen to Coltrane.
Man.
But now he's in another stage. Now, the new type of jazz, like he did on Impulse, Love Supreme.
Yeah.
His thing changed. His feeling changed. I like them both.
They're different, but you like them both.
Yeah, you know, that I mean you like one who you like you got a pair of black shoes and a pair of brown shoes. Which one you wear? Whatever your favorite color, whatever you wearing up top.
Depends, yeah. So in other words, what do you think about music? There's good music and there are multiple types of good music.
Well,
there are many goods.
All music can be good. I like country and western. You know, Nashville. Because
Since when? Since
I've always did. That's what I grew up on. That's the only thing you could hear.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, El Dorado, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's the only time you're gonna get some R&B. You got to go to Randy, which is out of. We order the records from there.
Do you think that country, western sensibility of music influence your later taste in music when you?
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I mean,
you like him?
One of my ex-wives, we used to talk about that with my wife. She loved Johnny Cash, and I like Johnny Cash.
Great.
Yeah, I always did. Man in Black, and his wife, Jean Carter, his wife.
Did you ever see him live?
No, I never seen him live, but you
could have, I'm sure, very easily.
Yeah, I'm sure I could have. Yeah, anything on the label. I forget what label. I think it was RC. I'm not sure, but. Anytime an artist in town, there's always tickets, and there's always promotion people, and they buy up so many tickets for promotion. I'm sure they do that today. They give these tickets out. Now, I'm not tight with anybody. I don't go around and beg. But if I wanted to, I could call up somebody, you know, this and that, come give me some. I don't do that. I pay my way.
Amen.
You know, I don't go and say, get me in free. because I'm not in the business. If I got to go somewhere, I buy the ticket and go. You dig?
Yeah.
But no, I don't. But when I was in business, you know, it was a different situation. I get tickets. They might give me 5 cents a ticket. I give them some of my customer, good customer. Hey man, here's something for you. You know, and that's still promoting your records, promoting your game that you're doing, right?
Right.
Yeah. And like at Pine Knob, when they had something, I get tickets because my ex-wife and I go, and they be a couple. You know, I get tickets for them, and we be down front. You know, and some of them I take backstage, and some I didn't take them backstage. You know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be a nuisance to anybody like that. I don't do it. But my wife, who I'm with, always with me. You know what?
So another question for you: what is lost in music today that you saw in spades years back?
What? Say it again.
What don't you see anymore in music of the present era that back in your younger days you saw a whole lot of? You just don't see much of that anymore nowadays.
Well, see, I'm not in the clique anymore. See, I don't know if they have promotion part of it. See, back in the day, just about every night or two, that somebody's in town when Detroit was popping. If somebody is in town, appearing here, if I wanted to go, they'd give me tickets. If I wanted to, I can call them and say, I need a couple of tickets. Okay, Lee, they bid the box office for you. I go there and ask my name. They put all my tickets and I walk in. But, you know, I was so busy, I went to any place, any tickets, anybody in town that I wanted to see, I could go see them.
Man.
But, you know, sometimes you want to be doing something else that you got to do. You know, like, when you're with the job, you're like married to it.
Yeah.
It's day and night.
Becomes part of you.
It could become part of you. I'm not part of that clique anymore. You know, I be up all time of night and out and about and all the kind of weather and stuff like that. I don't do that and don't have to.
What is your least favorite thing about the contemporary music world?
Well, I can't say now.
Yeah, I just wanted to stab in the dark, see if you had anything to say.
Well, you know, like I'm not out there in it, but you know.
What business jargon did you find the most offensive? Like, what sort of terms of art that they would use around your job kind of rubbed you the wrong way, kind of came off as annoying to you for one reason or another?
What job? My job?
A record store.
A record store.
Like our quarterly earnings, you know, like was there any sort of phrase or word that you just didn't like hearing? Just it rubbed you the wrong way?
No, not that I recall.
Okay. Which musicians and groups have had the biggest impact on you?
Well, I gotta say it. Temptation, Motown, OJ's. Here's a lot of them. The Maze. There's so many groups, man, out there. You know, it's kind of hard to say, and I don't want to put anybody down. I don't not disregard someone. I forget about someone. So I don't wrote their name. They're always good in that fashion.
Let me flip the question around. Which musicians and groups in your career do you think you had the most impact on?
Well, I don't know.
Too many to name, really. There's so many in so many ways.
All of them gonna come to me. I list. You know, they all come to me.
You know, we've done whole episodes on some of these people.
Every R&B record in Detroit, all the music that's played in the 70s and 80s and 90s, my fingerprint is on all of them.
Even after your store closed, what you did led into what they did.
Well, they doing it a different way now, but it still had to start somewhere. That's the way it was. I can only talk about the way it was then. You understand what I'm saying? And you might tell a person play your record for me. That don't mean he gonna play it. See, in the music world profession, there's a track and they track. They know what's played. They know how many times it played. They know what is played at.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And they know who's giving it the shout out to them. They have a way of tracking. You see? But if you don't buy from them, you can't say, well, man, sold some records, sold a few.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm just saying that's the way it was, you know?